You see, we all been taught this hood way like it's the way we supposed to live. Like we supposed to ignore the rich way and skip to the hood way. Well, fuck the hood way, I want the rich way. The hood way or the rich way. You want the hood way or the rich way. You want the hood way or the rich way. Hood way or the rich way. The hood way noodles, that's cool and all. Rich way got the steaks, I want the steaks and all. Hood way or the rich way. Hey, hood way driving buckets.
The show about to start. Get your water ready. Tighten up.
It's your boy Prezi, Presidential Talent Group is the label. Here we are, episode 76. Bar Talk from the crib. Ooh, it's late. It is late, and we are at the bar ski. You know, you got to get that water. Get your water right, man. If you got a headache, it's because your pH is off. And if your pH is off, I don't want to smell nothing near you. Ooh, wiggly. Episode 76. Okay, this one we're gonna dive right in. Let me get some wickle sauce right up in me. How is y'all doing? You know, every episode we gotta mention God. I thank God for waking me up, allowing me to see another day, and allowing you to see another day for you to be here. We gonna dive right on into this joint. Look, this, you know, everyone I be saying it's important. It's important. It's important. It's one of the most important episodes, and honestly, every episode that I put out is very important for your life. So if you like one episode, go out and check another one. Go out and check another one. Every day, just check one out because it's something that's going to help you on your journey. This one is a, ooh, wee. Watch when I say the title and tell me if you don't feel like that. Watch this. Keep a straight face. Okay? Unlearn and relearn. Ooh, wee, ooh, wake a Lewowski. We've been lied to. We've been fed the wrong information. Information changes. Scientists be like, we was all monkeys. Then the next day they said we wasn't. Then they said we was aliens. Then the next day they said we wasn't. Then we was some spiders. Next day we wasn't, you know? So every day information is changing. If you're a contractor, different licenses, information is changing. Different rules is changing. If you a judge, different laws is changing. Every form of life, stuff is changing every goddamn day. So you can't stay with the same information and you're an electrician from 2007. It's 2025, but Wickle, they done changed a lot of stuff. The stuff from 2007, we realized was illegal and was killing people. So if you still programmed in that, your mind is still programmed on killing people, and we didn't even know we was accidentally doing that until later when we did some later studies. That's how important it is from unlearning and relearning, because new information is coming out, and sometimes they're doing it on purpose. Sometimes they're lying to you on accident. Episode 76, Unlearn and Relearn. In a world that never stops evolving, what got us here won't necessarily get us there, okay? Say that again. In a world that never stops evolving, what got us here won't necessarily get us there. Much of what we were taught in school, from media, even from well-meaning mentors, was built from a different era. When eras change, so do the information. You ever seen it like, we was building houses in the 1960s. Come to find out, we were putting asbestos in there. And that's why everybody had cancer. Can you believe it? You know, information, you learn and you realize, like, God dang, I didn't realize that was going on. The truth is not a fixed destination, but a moving target. To grow, we must practice two quiet, powerful disciplines. Unlearning what no longer serves us and relearning what actually does. Okay, this podcast explores 10 core life principles that hinge on the mindset, unlearning the old maps and relearning the fresh routes to success. If you look at the old route, it's water there now. You can't even go there. So if you're looking at the old sets, it says walk over there. Now it's still just right there, but you just need a boat, pal. Okay, that's why you got to unlearn and relearn. So let's get your notepads out so we can unjap and pack and whap something that's going to help change your life. I mean, right now it's late at night. You're probably scrolling through some stuff and you found something that's actually going to help. Principle 1, question, don't assume. I'm questioning everything. Skillabop, whether you wopsker. Hold on. So you said who made this? Your aunties? Yeah, hold on. Which auntie? Because you got a couple aunties. You know, I ain't gonna assume the good cooking auntie made this. I am questioning everything. Okay, what to do? Cultivate healthy skepticism about how things has always been done. Challenge assumptions, test them, be willing to change your mind. I'm the one that's there. Like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me a big rock boomed and we were born? Nah, buddy, pal, wait. Hold on, pal, okay? Wake me up and call it Christmas, but you ain't just gonna get me like that. I gotta challenge this. You got some receipts? You got some evidence? You got something that makes a little bit more sense? I'm the one that's gonna question and challenge, need a little bit more evidence before I just go ahead on what you're talking about, okay? Why does that matter? Flexibility in thinking unlocks better decisions in rapidly changing context. Okay. New era, unlearn, relearn, rapidly changing context, rapidly changing new information to indulge. This is what I'm saying. This is easy work, guys. But what happens is you're stuck in a box and you're stuck in information from 2008. You wonder why it ain't working for you in 2025. Holy smokes. This is where I came. I'm giving you information on work in 1999, 1927, or 2035. This information is priceless, dateless, always can use it. 2, replace certainty with curiosity. What to do? Prioritize questions over answers. When in doubt, ask what else could be true and seek evidence. Every time I got a question not answered, that gains me 4 more questions to get for you. Oh, so you don't know that? Oh, hold on, bub. I knew that was the last question. I got 4 more for you. You failed the last one. Every time you fail, I got more questions because, hey, the uncertainty arises more questions for me. We need to go back to the drawing board so we can figure out what's going on. And why does that matter? Curiosity fuels learning, innovation, and adaptability under pressure. You want to be put under pressure because that's how diamonds are created, but you want to be able to operate under pressure. A lot of y'all get under pressure. The phone's ringing and you biting your nails. I mean, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? 3, unlearn perfectionism, relearn progress. Everything ain't gonna look good. Everything ain't perfection. Everything ain't perfect. You haven't seen a mechanic? If your mechanic come out clean, you know, your car probably ain't gonna be working right. Okay. Perfectionist ain't always gonna be looking right. Okay. What to do? Move from do it perfectly now to do it constantly and improve, embrace, and literate progress. You got to embrace, you got to embrace, you got to embrace. Okay. I mean, just write this down, okay? Why it matters. Sustainable success comes from momentum, not a flawless start. Everything ain't flawless, but that ending, Kobe. But when Kobe was younger, he wasn't all that great. He had to be a kid, learn the sport, go around, learn the sport, get talked about, learn the sport, unlearn, relearn, learn. And then the ending shot was flawless. Your ending shot gonna be flawless. Right now, you in the momentum process. You on your way down the hill. When you get down there, you're gonna crash. The crash ain't gonna look too good, but you're gonna survive. It's a fire up here. If you stay up here, you're gonna die. What you wanna do? That's how it is, you know. 4, let go of outdated definitions of success. Okay. It's outdated. I don't know if you've seen, but Section 8 changed the laws. You can't even be on there for 30 years no more. So you thought that you just get to gouge up and spouge up outdated information. You got to get up, lay up, and get up and work. Because listen, outdated definitions of success is why you're stalled out. You're in 2008 information. That job's not even here no more. You walking in, knocking at doors, trying to cut lines. They're getting their lines cut from an app, buddy. Download the app, and that's how you can get customers. You got to go with what's going with you. Okay, why that matters. Personal alignment increases motivation, resilience, and long-term satisfaction. All this, and then there's no satisfaction after. It's not good enough. You want long-term. You want wifey. You want a marriage. You don't want that quickie. And then back to reality. 5, learn to learn, metalearning. What to do, develop systems for acquiring new skills quickly. Like this is a system. You found a YouTube page that can give you some ideas and give you some information. Now you go jumpstart your mind, okay? You ever bought a vehicle, now that vehicle's everywhere? It's been there. Just like success has been there. Money's been there. What you're looking for has been there. You got to get on the frequency. Once you get on the frequency, you'll see it's been there the whole goddamn time. Okay? So that's why you want to develop systems for acquiring new skills quickly. You don't want to go to college for 30 years. YouTube's college. We need to acquire a skill by tomorrow. It's saying that I need to learn how to use a Bobcat. I'm on YouTube all night and I'm at the job in the morning. Okay, set goals, break down skills, practice, deliberate, reflect, and adjust, pivot. Remember yesterday, got to know how to make those adjustments, got to know how to pivot. Why it matters, the ability to relearn efficiently compounds over time, giving you a leverage in any field, any. They like, yeah, so you know construction? I mean, I guess I can talk and learn it. You got GBT, chatter, computer around. I can give you some answers. Who's asking? 6, break binaries, embrace nuance. To break binaries means to challenge or dismantle societal systems and mindsets that categorize the world into two opposites. To embrace nuance means to recognize, accept, and appreciate the subtle difference, complexities, and shades of gray in ideas, situations, and people, rather than reducing them to simple or either or. It's not an either or. It's sometimes both, and sometimes either or, and sometimes all of them. Okay? Open your mind. Don't just take what they're telling you. Do your own research. What to do. Avoid black and white thinking. Recognize trade-off gray areas and context-specific answers. Okay? Why does that matter? Nuanced thinking leads to better strategies and fewer costly mistakes. Can't make no mistakes. You see what happened when Full-Time Extra made a mistake. Boom, hand gone. There's no coming back from it. Sometimes we make mistakes daily that there's no coming back from. 7, unlearn limiting beliefs and narratives. What to do? Identify beliefs and confine. You replace them with evidence-based expandable beliefs. So if your beliefs is Santa Claus is real, at some point in time, reality hits. Your belief was a fairy tooth person was real. And at some point in time, reality struck. And then you got some people who think Santa Claus is still real. Some people think the fairy's still real, 34 years old. That's what I'm saying. This is what happens. This is just reality, what it is. Don't be them. But at that age, you were supposed to think the fairy was real. You were supposed to think this. You were supposed to, and then you were supposed to unlearn and relearn at some point. Some of y'all don't come to that some point area. That this, unlearn, relearn, some of y'all ain't coming into that. So, why that matters. Limiting beliefs derail potential, empowering ones to unlock it. 8, curate your influences. What to do. Audit the sources of your information. Where'd you get the information? You mean to tell me you had me going here for an hour and then you tell me you got this information from Ted? I wouldn't even have indulged in listening to this if I were to know it came from Ted. The information source matters, okay? So audit the sources of information of your information, mentors and peers. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, not just confirm you. I want to be around people that be like, "No, are you sure the moon is 365 miles away and we can just walk to it?" And then I want them to Google and find out for themselves. You know, I don't want to. You know, sometimes you gotta test people and be like, "Yeah, you know, Kobe's still alive, right?" And when they say, "Yeah, I knew about it," get them out of your house, okay? Not the type of people you want to be around. They just saying anything that you say, and they don't even like doing real research. You want to get people that's gonna challenge you, like, "Ain't no way Kobe is alive, man. Take me to his house." You know, challenge information. Why does that matter? The quality of your input shapes the quality of your decisions. Input, output, quality of decisions, input, output. What you're getting in is going to definitely change what you're putting out. 9, embrace failure as feedback. Failure is success. We got an episode of that. Failure is data. Failure is feedback. We know this. What to do? Reframe mistakes as data. Remember, analyze what failed, fix the approach, try again with new insight. Okay, let me see. I tried to cut the grass when it was wet. Lawnmower was cutting off, wasn't really working. I seen that the grass was getting stuck. Maybe it's because it's wet. I try again when it's dry. And it worked. Okay, you failed, you collected the data, you seen where you were wrong, you tried something new. It's as simple as that in everything in life. And why would that matter? Because resilience, learning speed, and risk taking hinge on viewing failure constructively. Okay, you want to fail constructively. We all gonna fail, but did you learn from that failure? Did you collect data from that failure? Did you use that failure for your next success? Then you fail constructively. Some of y'all just failing on your face. There's a difference. How are you failing? Okay, because I'll fail constructively every day. That means I'm learning something every day. That means I never can fail that way again because I learned what not to do. Okay. 10, practice intentional relearning rituals. That means intentionally, like, oh no, you say you got that from Danny Boy. I don't even want to hear it. Okay. I don't need practice. Oh, so you say what? I be Googling why people talking. Yeah, like I told you, you don't know what you're talking about, and learn how to use the internet. Just because it's on the internet don't mean it's real. You got to learn how to use information and know how to use it. See if that counterproductive, counteract. I can put on the internet that eating raisins make you skinny, and then you can Google and see that some other article tells you that they make you fat. So which one are you going to use? Know how to use the information, okay? So practice intentional relearning rituals till you get good at unlearning, relearning, and you know that when you come back with the information, you check the right resources because even Wikipedia could be wrong. Ooh, wake up calipers. Okay. What to do? Schedule regular unlearn and relearn sessions. Now, let me tell you what that is. Right here, this is a unlearn and relearn session. You're learning something that you didn't know. Now you're about to start unlearning and relearning. Go to some of my other videos, unlearning and relearning sessions, teaching you stuff that you never always should have been goddamn know. Okay. Why it matters. Consistency builds the habit of growth, turning unlearning into a lifelong advantage. This is episode 76. If you ain't learned nothing, learn in this episode that you need to unlearn and relearn. Everything that you thought to be true, everything that you just took the word for, go do some evidence and research and behind it and see that you might be believing some nonsense. Okay. Unlearning isn't about discarding wisdom. That's not what it is. Okay. It's about freeing the mind to discover better strategies for a challenging world. Relearning isn't about discarding knowledge. It's about updating with evidence, context, and purpose. When you embrace both, you're not just keeping up, you're creating your own path to success, resilience, and impact. The truth is evolving in social juice. Start with a single unlearn and relearn practice today and let your growth be the constant you bring to every aspect of your life. So just start challenging things. Stop just taking things just because your grandma told you. Didn't you know your grandma was retarded? You got this from Uncle Elford. Uncle Elford come from an era where they didn't even have books or read. Where did this information come from? Mm-hmm. Unlearn and relearn and go get some evidence. Episode 76. I appreciate y'all and I will see you on 77. Ooh.